The city of Charlotte, North Carolina is the setting for our broadcast tonight. And isn't the view magnificent? Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and two Hall of Famers, Doris Berg here at the table, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Irving.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Kyrie Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Durant. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Allen in at the power forward. And for the Hornets, Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Bismack Biyombo. And it's Batum in at the small forward. Of course, you look at these two teams, both with strong rebounding numbers.
Kevin, we are talking about two teams who play a physical, aggressive style. There is no back down on either side. I would anticipate a rugged interior game that might lead to a little bit of chippiness right up your alley, Kevin.
Oh, don't we love these kind of games? I mean, these are a blast to call.
No doubt.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The free throw drops for Batum. And the Charlotte franchise has been stuck in the middle for so long with Kemba Walker leaving this summer in free agency. Greg, is it time for them to hit the reset button?
A rebuild does seem in order. I'm not sure they have the stomach for it, but they need to tear it down to the studs and start over.
Here's Monk. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Durant. Here's Irving. And no good that time. And the Hornets now going the other way. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Nets. That one was played in Brooklyn.
What a duel that was. Exciting all the way to the end. Really a shame someone had to walk away with an L.
I'll tell you, overtime games usually are special, and this one qualified for that. But both teams absolutely gassed at the end.
And slam dunk by Kidd-Gilchrist.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Spencer Dinwiddie picking up that last basket. 6 to shoot. The Hornets need to get it. Doris, what about that dunk?
That was special. My goodness. Well, showing off that athleticism is Bismack Biyombo. That's an easy one.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Here's Rozier, following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. Now, here's Monk. He's covered closely. Kidd-Gilchrist looking around. Rozier for 3. Allen with the rebound. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game.
Boy, how about the finish by Kevin Durant? Just gets up with such ease.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Rozier against Irving. Now, here's Rozier. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. To the paint. Here's Biyombo. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, there's a physicality that you've got to deal with when Bismack Biyombo is determined to finish. That's nice.
Here's Durant, and finished off by KD.
Beautiful
full reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Well, Doris, you knew that his free agency would be one of the biggest stories of the summer. Everyone tried their best to land Kevin Durant.
And even considering the injury, anyone would be willing and able to take Kevin Durant on their roster. Why? Because when he's healthy, you become an immediate contender.
Zeller, he's checked in for Biyombo.
What you love about Kevin Durant is he's an MVP level candidate every year, and yet there's a hunger and a thirst to get better at basketball. This is so fun to watch.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Williams, he's checked in for Kid Gilchrist. Bridges comes in for Monk. Devin Harris subbed in for Terry Rozier. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Karis LeVert comes in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Harris on the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Nets with possession here. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Irving passes to LeVert. Outside Irving. Over Williams. Irving finds Durant. Knocks down the 10-footer. Durant's got 7.
Well, you see how hard Kevin Durant works to set up that shot. You've got to be able to use the screen and get to the cup.
Harris dishes to Zeller. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
And you look at the cast-offs that have found success in Brooklyn, Doris, a great part of the Nets story.
And I think what the players appreciate is the team that gave them their first real shot to play significant minutes. That buy-in and urge to prove themselves a part of what makes their culture special.
Prince is checked in for Durant. Doris, as you always say, there is a grace in handling wins and losses in this game, isn't there?
You know what, Kevin? There's an old saying that winning and losing are imposters, that it's everything to do with how you react to constant learning and growing experiences. And listen, everybody wants to win, but can you experience losing with grace and dignity? Can you embrace the joy of pure competition? To me, that's one of the beautiful things about the NBA. Men handle heartbreak and joy and set an example for the next generation. It's beautiful.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges is also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
The kick out to Irving. Jacks up a 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now, here's Batum. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Harris outside. 6 on the shot clock. Again, the Hornets score.
Working against size. He's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
I'll tell you, the analytics crew may not like the mid-range, but sometimes you just got to put it in the basket.
It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Zeller.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
And the Hornets making a change here. Hernan Gomez is checked in, and the Nets also making a change. Chandler's checked in. A nice shot by LeVert.
Well, Karis LeVert has worked diligently to make his three-point shot legitimate. Knocks that one down.
Harris against LeVert. Pass to Bridges. No one near him. The offensive rebound. Hernan Gomez. And he comes up with the deuce.
Well, just it's easy to say. This guy wanted it more. Creating the second chance opportunity and cashing in.
Now LeVert. The pass to Chandler. Shoots over Bridges. Chandler, no good.
Well, they get it to the high percentage area, and then it all goes wrong from there.
And so, lots of scoring in that competitive first quarter. Hornets ahead, up by 2. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And Kevin Durant talked about his teammates and the versatility this roster has.
I like our depth. I like that we could play, we can play big, we can play small. We can match up with a lot of different teams. And it's just a matter of us going out there and playing consistent basketball. It's easier said than done. But we like who we are right now. We just got to.
It's clear KD is very happy playing with this group of guys.
That's why he signed here. But you can bet Durant is going to be leading the charge.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we've been watching from the Hornets.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Setting the floor for the Nets. On the perimeter, Harris and Prince. DeAndre Jordan is out there with Wilson Chandler. And it's LeVert in at the point. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit for the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season, but for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the bucket by the Nets. Chandler against Hernan Gomez. Zeller trying to free himself up. Hernan Gomez kicks to Zeller. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. Taking a look at Brooklyn, they've got their eye on the #1 seed as the season moves into the final stretch. Currently first place in the standings, and guys showing no signs of letting up. And of course Charlotte, they're much further down in the standings right now.
And right now for Brooklyn, for me, they've taken the league by storm this season. I felt like they were maybe a year ahead of schedule in terms of being an elite group. But you look at them right now, and here they are.
Yeah, they weren't really on anyone's radar before the season began, but they're definitely there now.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Cody Zeller.
This guy doesn't mind absorbing contact at all if it means a trip to the free throw line. Karis LeVert will find his points any way you want.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Zeller. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Miles Bridges. Malik Monk, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Devin Harris. Now here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Passes it to Rozier. Takes a shot at the elbow. And the shot is long. And it's sent back by KD.
Boy, the long arms of Kevin Durant twice on the pipes.
And the jam by Kevin Durant. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
There are very few players in the world who can do what Kevin Durant does. Under duress of the playoffs or a big moment in the game, Kevin Durant has the skill set and the mentality necessary to finish opponents off.
Marvin Williams is checked in for the Hornets. Kyrie Irving's checked in for the Nets. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And that skill set of Durant's that, Doris, you just mentioned, there really is no comparison in the league.
I agree, Kevin. I mean, just to have that soft touch with that height he has is rare in itself. Now you think about the mobility and creativity to find a shot for himself or others in any situation. That is what makes him one of the all-time greats.
Monk, rebounded by Wilson Chandler.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Irving with a clean look, and it hung on the rim but wouldn't fall for him. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. And a look now at the Hornets' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. And then on Wednesday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them. Now, here's Monk. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And the foul called on Jarrett Allen. That is his first foul of the game. Stolen by Allen. Banked in off the glass. Allen's got his first bucket in this one.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Here's Biyombo. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Biyombo's got 6. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
Wow, back and forth start, that's for sure.
Here's Irving. Here's Allen. Right side Irving. On the wing, Irving. Just 5 to shoot. Over Rozier. Here's KD. And Rozier pulls it down.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
You have to remember, the Nets surrendered their draft pick every year for 5 straight years, between the years 2014 to 2018. How they turned that into a playoff run last year, one of the great stories in the league.
The Nets have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And Doris, you're right. Those picks you're referring to surrendered by the Nets in their 2013 trade with the Celtics.
And think about it, Kev. That transaction was one in a string of trades by the Nets, trading their picks for veterans. This 2019 draft, only the second time the Nets controlled their pick in the last 9 years. What they have achieved in the face of that is nothing short of remarkable.
Here's Rozier. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 59 seconds left to play here in the half. Monk with the ball. Now Chandler defending. They get it back. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
The 3 from KD. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
And there's the call on Durant, and that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
3rd foul of the half, and that's the risk you take leaving him out there.
Charlotte shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Cody Zeller's checked in for Charlotte. Harris comes in for Rozier. And then for Brooklyn, Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Harris subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Clock at 6. Snatched up. Zeller. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And so far this season, shooting at a 75% clip from the line.
Bridges, he's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
And here is KD. He's coming off a 22-point game against Philadelphia. Misses from close range. And stolen by Prince. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Hornets lead by 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fan. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output for both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
You can see where the priorities are. Rebounding, and then more rebounding. They made a concerted effort to get the glass clean.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets.
Well, they had a strong perimeter game. See, Ernie, when this team executes from long range, those weapons spread out of defense. Coming out in the second half, if those shooters are hot, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Setting the floor for the Hornets, Monk and Batum, the wing. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Bismack Biyombo. And it's Rozier in at the point guard position. Batum against Durant. Batum, good. So it's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst. Breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
The Hornets trail. 90 seconds now into the second half. Here's Rozier. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. And Dinwiddie over to help. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Brooklyn's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Irving looking over the floor, wants to get it to Biyombo and does. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Offensive rebound. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Durant. Averaging about 18 points per, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
And the Hornets making a change here. Hernan Gomez is checked in. Rozier against Irving. He dishes it to Jordan. Dinwiddie passes to Irving. From outside, off the mark. And it's Kidd-Gilchrist with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Pacers at Pacers Arena in Indianapolis. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Charlotte making a switch here. Sellers checked in, and a change for the Nets. Joe Harris is checked in for Irving. Zeller dishes to Batum. Shoots over LeVert. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist, and Jordan sends it back.
Well, DJ, twice on the pipes. No, sir. Get it out of here.
For Charlotte, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively.
Well, DeAndre Jordan remains one of the best rebounders in the NBA. His ability to dominate the glass and get you extra possessions, just a thing of beauty.
Levert against Kid Gilchrist. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Well, we've seen this one or two times, have we not? DeAndre Jordan, finishing end of the alley-oop. Nice.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. And with DeAndre Jordan, the rebounding is as strong as ever, Doris. But what about the rim protection?
Well, I think obviously DeAndre's block totals aren't what they used to be when he was turning away 2 shots a game. But there's more to defense than just blocking shots. And Jordan remains a plus defender.
Back to Rozier. And he makes that one.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Brooklyn's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Rozier against Dinwiddie. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup. Allen's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets.
Boy, phenomenal decision-making from the young guard. Spencer Dinwiddie, nicely done, putting it on time and on target.
So Charlotte calls timeout. They're first. Some changes for Charlotte. Marvin Williams is checked in for Hernan Gomez. Bridges comes in for Michael Kidd Gilchrist. And Harris subbed in for Nicholas Batum. And a change for the Nets. Prince is checked in. Pass to Bridges. Back to Harris. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Harris has got his second bucket.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Rozier with the steal. Inside, here's Williams, and the slam by Williams.
You know, I really like this. Instead of putting his head down, Terry Rozier keeping his eyes up and finding his open teammate.
Here's Dinwiddie, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Dinwiddie's got his second bucket of the night. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Here's Rozier. And with the 6'8" arm span, Terry Rozier, Doris, plays a lot bigger than his 6'1" height.
Kevin, there is no doubt this is one of the outstanding rebounders from the guard position. He is an excellent defensive player. Scary Terry can hurt you on both ends of the floor.
Monk's checked in for Charlotte. Dinwiddie against Rozier. Dinwiddie passes to Prince. Harris outside. His three-pointers off the mark. The Hornets have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third. Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Yeah, still possessing the athleticism. Williams is sensational at finding ways to throw it down.
29 seconds left in the third. Connects from three-point range.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Pass to Bridges. Dishes it to Monk. Jordan against Zeller. 5 to shoot. Rozier the pass to Williams. And that one drops for him. Williams has got 8 points.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And even though, you know, you're thinking maybe we don't need the replay in a situation like this, still plenty of time left in this game, and really it's about getting the call right.
They're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you gotta use it.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Brooklyn ahead, leading by just one. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Charlotte trailing. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Prince and Durant are at the 3 and the 4. Kyrie Irving is out there with Joe Harris. And it's Jordan in at the 5, roaming the paint. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Irving against Rozier. Irving passes to Jordan. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
I'll tell you what, he's tenacious on the drive, isn't he? I mean, Monk constantly looking to get to the free throw line.
Free throw drops for Monk.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
On the wing, Harris. From deep. And the 3 ball is good. Harris has got it all tied up now for the Nets.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Rozier looking around. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That is his first foul of the game. The Nets making a switch here. Allen's checked in. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. There's the double team with Allen. Now the pass to Monk. 3-pointer. It's good from long range. Monk's got 5 points now in the quarter.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, Greg. Keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here. He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
And Irving comes to help, passes it to Williams, and here is Monk. Pass to Rozier, shot clock at 6, and it's the Hornets another 3.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Shots good by Durant.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Rozier the pass to Biyombo. He kicks to Monk. The rebound by Prince.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
Yes, that goes in.
Kevin Durant on a prototypical KD role. My man is going.
Charlotte calls timeout.
And sometimes from the outside, not always clear what led a coach to call for a timeout.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Batum in for Miles Bridges. Jordan, he's checked in for the Nets. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. James Borrego had some words for his team over the break. This is still a close game, and he told his guys, we're not far away. We can still get this one. If we seize the moment, we can walk away with the win. Guys.
Outside Durant. Kicks to Irving from the arc. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Biyombo's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
And Malik Monk is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Hornets leading by 5. Rozier with the ball, and he lays it straight in.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
KD finds Harris. To the middle. The kick out to Irving. Pass to Harris. Clock at 4. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got his 3rd assist on the night. Rozier against Irving. The pass to Monk. Now here's Biyombo. Back to Monk. Good work defensively by KD.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense. Guys, it doesn't get much bigger than that. Irving coming up huge right there with the bucket.
Now, here's Monk, guarded by Harris. Monk kicks to Batum. Fires from the wing. And too long on the shot.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Here's KD. To take the lead, he takes it up and lays it in. Durant's got 25 points in the game.
And this is what makes KD special, the willingness to absorb the responsibility of the big-time shot.
Monk with the ball. Harris is there. It falls!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
And Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Good!
Timeout. Man, that is a good one. Kyrie really just comes alive when the game gets tight.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 1. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. There's 42 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pass to Rozier. Monk, no one around him. Right between the eyes.
And Monk has proven that he is a terrific scorer from the perimeter. When he's in rhythm, he has no problem letting it fly.
Pops it up for Jordan. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Absolutely fearless. DJ, go to work.
And so James Borrego decides to call timeout. .24 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now, here's Monk. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Now, Kevin Durant. Chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And we'll be back right after this. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. So the Hornets win the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the floor for Charlotte, Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Batum is out there with Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Zeller in the center position. And it's sent back by KD. Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. Irving for 3. They get it again.
Well, DJ with the fearless opportunity, boy. What a shot.
Charlotte's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Charlotte calls timeout. Here's Rozier. They double him with Irving. And Kidd-Gilchrist kicks to Monk. Rozier against Irving. Zeller passes to Kidd-Gilchrist. On the clock. Charity stripe shot. Here's Batum. And it's sent back by Allen.
This guy is a sensational shot blocker. Jared Allen twice on the pipes.
And here is Monk. And the Hornets miss again.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Dinwiddie's shot is off. And it's Kidd-Gilchrist with the ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Trailing by 2.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Irving dishes to KD. Back to Irving. Lets it go from deep. Buries the long-range jumper. Irving's got the lead up to 5 now for Brooklyn.
Well, the defense was there. It just simply didn't matter to Kyrie Irving. This guy makes a living hitting contested shots.
Now, here's Monk. Not a lot of room. Pass to Rozier. Over Irving. And that one hits back iron. Brooklyn with the ball. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Well, the length and size of Kevin Durant make him a prime target on the interior. So good at forcing the issue close to the basket.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws.
To the inside. To halt the run. A shot by Batum, no good. Irving drives in. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. And the Nets lead by 9.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question, GA. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Rozier for 3. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the 3-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
Well, they knew it would be a hostile environment, and they rose to the challenge.
And sometimes, Greg, when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Olden, this is Kevin.